Hello everybody, welcome back. Gonna try to get the van together here and get back up to camp. We haven't been up there in a while. It's probably getting all overgrown. I got brush to cut up and burn and get our camp spot back under control. To be honest, it's been such a hot year. You know what, the last couple of weeks I've been slacking and maybe doing some things in the morning, but then it gets to be almost not even quite lunchtime. It's been so hot and humid. It's been an unusually hot year. Kind of getting a taste of what it must be like to live in the South. Like I said, it's been unusually hot. So, like I say, I've been messing around a little bit in the morning hours, and then I'll go hide in the air conditioner until evening. Maybe come back out and mess around in the garage a little bit. But it's been too hot to go up to. I just haven't felt like going up to camp and saying, well, okay, I can work for a little bit in the morning, but then go hide in the shade. And I need a good work weekend and not go up and hide in the shade all for most of the day or in the air conditioning in the van. So we'll get this back together. I don't know how I managed to get it all disorganized and back apart. Well, what it is when we get back from somewhere, I'll unload most of the stuff out of the refrigerator, put it back over in the coachman, and some other things too. But I mean, it's kind of ready to go, except for restocking the kitchen stuff, grabbing some extra clothes, and really that's about it. But your recent video, I had showed you this battery I got from LiTime, and they also sent me a charger also. So it should fit. This battery, measured a whole bunch of times. I know it's going to fit in there, but the time has come. I need to put that in there, get the charger. I'm probably going to lay it back in behind the refrigerator, freezer, whatever, and then have a plug run to my exterior plug in the back. So it'd just be like an RV. If I plug in somewhere or I run the generator, it'll charge the battery. So, or this battery. So I'm going to get get that other one, that 200 amp hour out, and put this 460 amp hour in. And keep in mind, it's over twice as much power, and it's only like 1.5 inches wider. Well, I think I have room to spare, but you don't know for sure. You can, after how many times you measure, you might say, "Oh, I didn't get that quite right," or whatever. I'm gonna get it in here, and so we can get on with some other stuff here. There's a couple of changes I wanted to make in here while I was doing this, and I can still make the one, but I forgot to order something. That's that conduit, that little flexible, that black kind of conduit to protect wires and stuff. I meant to pick that up, but it's not the end of the world. I can still do that later. Get my battery in, slide the refrigerator out. I can still take care of that later, and I can mount this double face tape or something to it. This goes to the freezer. All right, and what I did change was, because I only had one 12-volt plug. Let me unplug that in a minute. Because I only had one 12-volt plug, those round ones available, that's what I plugged the refrigerator into. So the refrigerator runs directly off 12-volt. So the freezer is the same way, but I mean, both appliances came with, the 110 adapter. So yeah, there's the 12-volt thing on the one end. There's the thing. So, but what that means is, if I want to keep my freezer running, if I'm running off 110, I always have to have my inverter on. Well, if I run them both, so that's why I added the second one, and it has USB chargers, but so now I can run it off directly off 12-volt as well. That way, when I'm done, whether I'm done with TV and charging, remember my laptop and the microwave, the 110 type of stuff. If I'm done with that stuff for the day, I can turn my inverter off for the night, and my refrigerator and freezer just keeps on running. So why unnecessarily run that? Because it uses some power as well, just converting the 12-volt to 110. So if I'm not using the 110, it'd be nice to shut that off for a handful of hours and still have the refrigerator freezer running. So now I can do that. But I meant to pick that stuff up so I can better mount this wire. Our freezer's back on. So I will pick those up and get to that soon. I think in the meantime, if I just keep it out of the way until I could run over and pick that up right now, huh? No, I'll get it. There's actually, you can get a big roll of it for really cheap on Amazon. So I'm going to get that ordered, get that in, and get that out of the way. But I can proceed here with this this ampertime battery. Oh, and this charger. It's an 80 amp charger. You know what I had in here before was a little 20 amp charger, and I just set it on the floor. So it did have mounting screws. You know, I could have permanently mounted it or set it. In this new one, what I do with it? Here's the blocks. Hang on. So it does have a handle on. It is portable, or it does have the little the slots and the flanges. You can also, you know, mount it to the floor or mount it to a wall, or, you know, more permanently mount that. But that little 20 amp charger I had, you know how long it takes to even charge the 200 amp one? About 10 hours. So, you know, that's not bad if you're plugged in somewhere, but if you're running a generator and you want to, you know, wish it would charge a little bit quicker so you can shut your generator back off, that's a long time. So, yeah, even more so, the 20 amp do it. And this is twice as big, more than twice, 460. So that's that's a long time. So with the 80 amp chargers, we'll actually charge this in about 5 or 6 hours. So that's a more appropriate size charger for a battery with this much capacity. So, all right, I guess I can just go ahead and dig that out of there. And the moment of truth, will this, will this indeed slide in there and get her hooked up? And we are going to have so much power now. Well, it's out, and it's the same height, and it's the same length. It's so it is just that little bit wider, and I should have the room to spare. So I'm gonna get this thing slid back in here. Oh yeah, it looks like it's gonna go. Nice. Oh, about the charger again for a second. The other thing nice about upgrading to this charger is it has a feature that the other one didn't have. These lithium batteries, you know, they have the BMS, the built-in BMS system or battery management system that protects them from the overheating and you know, undercurrent, overcurrent, under low temperature, high temperature, whatever. It protects the battery. So if you run it down completely, if you just kill it and run it down the nothing and to where it triggers a battery management system to do, you know, a complete shutdown, you can't wait. You need another 12-volt battery to kind of wake them back up, to turn that BMS system back on so that you can even charge it. So you know, a lot of the, you know, cheap, generic, whatever, basic chargers, you'd think when you plug that in and turn it on that would do it, but it doesn't. I've done that over in a Coachman when I ran it down because I left the freezer open. And the refrigerator ran continuously overnight, and it killed the battery. So I've hooked the charger up, and it's like it won't come to life. Well, if I take another 12-volt battery that I have, and I use like jumper cables or just generic leads and touch that, bang, it comes back on. Then the charger knows what to do. Then the charger will take over and charge it. But the charger on its own doesn't wake them up. This has that feature that it will, I don't know what it does. Maybe there's a special little circuit in there to give it a little the boost that this thing's looking for. But this has that feature. So no more worries if I screw up and accidentally run it down, that I have to worry about jumping it. The charger itself will do it now. So all right, let me slide this thing back in here, get her hooked up. And I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this charger yet. I don't know if there's room that I can just sit it back there, or like, or what. First things first, let me get this in here. Well, that's pretty nice. There might be enough room to put it sideways back there behind it, and this also has, unlike my other two, actually I have two other chargers, both the same story. They don't wake batteries up. So, and they both have the clamp on ends on it. So, you know, it's fine. You clip it on and turn the charger on, or leave it hooked up and just plug the charger in when you need it, whatever. But I like the idea of having these, just maybe the more permanent thing. You know, okay, sometimes the clips will all of a sudden just snap, it comes off. Right? Yeah, these will be bolted on. So that will ensure a good connection at all times. And I think there's enough slack. Oh yeah, there's plenty of slack. Oh, and it has this one big connector. I bet that you can buy different ends. If you did want the clip-on style, you could probably order that other style. But I prefer these, so I'm glad this came with that. So all right, let me proceed. I get some things. Get that back in there. Get everything all hooked up and get that all tucked away. Get my system turned back on here. That's it. It's all in. Fits great. Heck, I still had a couple of, you know, an inch or so, inch and a half left. Hey, amper time. I got room for even bigger. So no, it's 460 amp hours, and the van is gonna be great. I'm probably gonna welcome it to my world with hello, run the air conditioner. So it should be really good at it. I decided to go ahead and mount that battery charger instead of it just being here kind of floating around. If it would have sat flat on the floor, it's just come up a little bit. It's a little bit too wide. If it would have sat flat, I'd probably been okay with that. But I had to stand on its side for it to kind of fit back in out of the way, because the refrigerator has to go in here. And it would have been, if it would have been sitting right here on the floor, then it kind of blocks these heat fins, these heat sink fins on each side. And those should have plenty of access to get, you know, ambient air there. And sitting flat on the floor, it would have kind of choked them off. So, you know, these need to be able to cool themselves properly. So that's why I decided to, you know, get it up a little bit and on the wall, and now I can get air to both heat sinks properly. I think it's all ready to go. I should probably turn my inverter back on. Okay. And oh, by the way, all these wires I got here. Okay, the black one goes up to the power strip I have here, up here for the TV and microwave and stuff. And the white one goes back here by the end of this table, so place to plug my laptop in, and, you know, phone charger and stuff. The yellow one goes all the way to the back to run the air conditioner or whatever else I might want to do back there. So it has 4. I'm using 3 of the 4, and actually that last one, what I do with it is my little coffee maker. So it'll probably sit right here between my freezer and refrigerator. I think it'll fit there. And then I mean, that's kind of it. And I don't know what else to really say about these lithium batteries that hasn't already been said by, you know, 1,000 other channels and stuff, other than, you know, if you're really considering upgrading or buying your first one, you've probably heard enough of these videos. You've probably seen enough specs, and, you know, what's it all mean. To me, the only thing left to say is, like, what the end user experiences. You know what, without lithium, I mean, I couldn't do this much power, never. Even a little bit of power with a lead acid battery, it's just not safe to have a lead acid battery that gasses and has acid in it, you know, in your living area. So I guess that's maybe one thing I forgot to mention in the unboxing video of it. And no way could I put that much power in here anyway. I don't have room for all those batteries to be the equivalent of what this single one provides. So I don't know what else to say about it, really, other than you know what, there's a lot of other battery companies that's come along trying to get in the game, and you look at their website and they have, you know, limited products. They have 100 amp hours, some 200 amps, and that's about it. You know, LiTime's been around for a while now, and they have a huge line of batteries and accessories, chargers of all sizes, DC to DC chargers, inverters. You know, they have so they're doing something right. They've been around a while, and their product line keeps growing. So I kind of trust that they're doing well with warranties, the customer service. Because if they didn't, you know what, people get unhappy and they go somewhere else. So I think I think they're must be doing well. Um, Anything else? Oh, I should probably turn the air conditioner on. Right, I turned my solar back on already, my circuit breaker for my solar panels. So now we got going. And even though it's cloudy today, we're not taking a whole lot in, but I think all systems go. Now my air conditioner back here, it's like not even a year old. But I think it's getting kind of noisy. It's an idiot. I don't know. Let's see. Maybe not. Maybe it's my imagination. Seems like it's making an extra humming that it didn't. I don't know. Maybe it's my imagination, because in the van I'm just so close to it. In the coachman I'm far away from it. Here I'm like, you know what? It's on a hot day, whether it's nap time, okay, or time to go to bed. If it's hot, I get used to it, and it's just white noise. I sleep perfectly fine without air conditioner right there. All right, so the other thing was I put that fifth solar panel up on the roof. I might show you that to you later in another video. I had to buy extensions because the wires weren't quite long enough. There's like I have 4 up here, and then I had to jump because of the roof fan up here, and the fifth one is back behind it, so the wires weren't quite long enough. So I ordered extensions. I'll have to get those, get that all hooked up. But yeah, okay, so I'll wrap it up on the batteries. Really, if you're in the market for them, I mean, check them out. Big sales going on. 'Tis the season, I guess. Visit their website. The link, I put the link down in the video description for both this battery and for this charger. Of course, you go to their website, and if you use that link, I think there's an automatic discount code applied, or maybe you have to manually put in the discount code. I think it's Dave 6 or something. It'll all be down in the bottom, but you can still get that same discount even if you don't need this big power monster of a battery. If you anything you buy, I think that discount code applies, and there's like sales on all kind of stuff. So it's worth a look if you're in the market. So have a look. It's great having a lot of power. It is, the comforts of home, of air conditioning and microwave and TV and computer and all that stuff, and being able to go out for days and days with, even if you're in the shade, not have to worry about solar. This will carry you through quite a while before you have to go out and worry about running a generator, or worried about whether you're in the shade or not. That's a lot to, it really is. Well, that part of it's all back together. It's doing what it's supposed to do. So I'm happy with that. That fit really well in there, and room for the charger in the back, the refrigerator, freezer's all unaffected, and my little coffee pot over there. Of course, it was filthy. Scrubbed it up while it was out, and that's it for that. Yeah, I gotta get some things stocked up here and get this van back ready to make our next trip. I did go ahead and throw that old lawnmower on the back, and got a few other things here ready. Getting it staged up here. Chainsaw, blower, gas, generator. I'll have to grab up a few other things. So we're getting close. It's nice that the heat has finally broke. This time of year, it should be starting to taper off a little bit. I think there's plenty of summer still left, right? Hopefully. Boy, fall's going to come up quick. Anyway, the temperature is supposed to be, the extended forecast is probably a good solid 10 degrees lower than it has been, for a daytime high. That's going to make it much more, more pleasant outside than this heat we've been having has been. So yeah, it's time to get rolling, get back up to camp, and maybe resume our work. So I'm going to get this thing ready, and we're going to get rolling. It does seem funny somehow. I don't know why it's funny, but that I bought remember, LiTime was Ampertime. They rebranded. Now they're not LiTime. But, I bought that 100 amp hour thing and kind of got started, and it worked great. And then they come along, contacted me, see if I wanted to try out their 200 amp hour. It's been great. No complaints. So when they come along and said, "Hey, you want the 460?" I'm like, heck yeah! I'm crazy not to, right? But yeah, I have every confidence that that battery and charger is good quality and is going to serve us well. So far, everything else from them has. Quite happy with them. And speaking of them, yeah, I want to thank LiTime for giving me the opportunity to demonstrate or show this product. It's and hook me up with one for doing so. So I'm pretty happy, right? So yeah, I guess that's it. So thanks for hanging out a little bit today, and as we get this thing together and get back on the move again. So yeah, I'll see you next time. All right.